Meet the paddlefish, a living fossil that's been around for over 125 million years. Take a look at that massive snout. It makes up a third of its entire body. But here's the thing, it's not for digging. It's a high-tech biological antenna packed with thousands of sensory receptors. In the murky depths of 20 feet, where light is a luxury, this fish can actually see the heartbeat of its prey through electrical pulses. A 7-foot machine weighing 200 pounds. It survived the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. But can it survive human greed? The answer lies in the brutal hunt coming up next. Because let's be real, to land a monster like this, you need a lot more than just luck. Guys like Bill Miller wait all year just for a shot at 2 single tags. That's it. Out here on Missouri River waters, paddlefish are filter feeders. That means they couldn't care less about your bait. The only way to catch them? Snagging. Bill has to hurl a 5-ounce treble hook to the bottom and rip it back over and over. This isn't fishing. It's a pure test of physical endurance. Look at that. The 100-pound test line is screaming. A 60-pound beast is dragging Bill right to the water's edge. He's trading his safety for a shot at a massive payday.
Ryan's hooked up. Real. Oh, big hoss. Big hoss. That's a long one. That's a long one. Another big female.
There's nothing to...
Here, throw it on too. Limit, baby! Got it. Woo! Gosh. Alrighty, guys, let's see what we're working with. Let's see what we're working with. Woo, doggy.
Power and grit got the fish in the boat, but muscles are useless for what comes next. To wake up the million-dollar treasure hidden under that sandpaper skin, we need surgical precision. The carbon steel blade goes to work. Step 1, the bleed out, a strategic cut right behind the dorsal fin to flush out that bitter red meat. Now, unzip the belly. Be as decisive as if you were skinning a trophy buck. Easy does it. Don't puncture the gut. Clear out the excess fat, hit the fin joints, and tilt that blade at a sharp 45-degree angle. Heart, guts, air bladder, pull it all out in one clean move. Now for the back strap. Trace the spine from head to tail, hugging the cartilage so you don't waste a single ounce of meat. Separate the fillets, trim away the skin and the bloodline, leave only the best of the best. If you land a female, you're holding a check for thousands of dollars in your hands. 5-star caviar. This liquid gold is ready for hot steel and melted butter. Don't turn away. The soul of the feast is the Molossal black pearls. They melt on your tongue with a rich, buttery finish and a hint of that wild Missouri saltiness. This isn't just food. It's the breath of a lost era, preserved in tiny jewel-like shells. A single appetizer with just a fraction of an ounce of this caviar? At least $150. And then there's the meat. People call this poor man's lobster. The texture is firm, sweet, and zero bones. It's world class. From the Missouri mud to the silver platter. The paddlefish proves one thing. Sometimes the ugliest creatures hold the purest value. Would you be willing to spend a week's salary just to taste time from a living fossil? If you think the paddlefish is a freak of nature, just wait until you see the next creature we found in the deep waters of Alaska.
Use this electric.
Mike Henderson is a master when it comes to the Northern Pike's legendary Y-bones. Electric knife work, first cut goes right down the spine to pull out the backstrap. This is the premium cut, 100% boneless.
Right at the dorsal, you come up through that. And now this is all, I'm just gonna take the skin off of this piece.
Next, carefully carves out 2 small pieces right around the anal fin. Then comes the real challenge, sliding a thin fillet knife right over that Y-bone line.
Cut down to middle of the fish. And once again, you just follow that spine line down. Do the same thing. So this is going to expose them and allow you to meet up with that other cut. And then you're just gonna, like you would across the rib cage in a normal fish, you're just gonna try to stay above these Y bones. And you can see this meat is pretty free of blood. A couple of these might get in the way here, like that. I missed that one, but I'm just gonna pry that out. And then you just follow down like you're on the rib cage.
Pulls 2 massive side fillets, not a single bone left behind. 5 perfect pieces.
And I'm gonna repeat that on the other side.
Clean, ready for the grill. No wasted movement, nothing left to chance. Now, freeze them, because the secret to the perfect northern pike, it's all in the
This is what
ice.
the meat looks like if it is bled.
One golden rule every pro chef follows. Grill it frozen. Sounds completely backwards, right?
Probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes.
But hitting it with 450 degrees Fahrenheit heat instantly sears the surface. It stops the skin from sticking to the grates, keeps the meat from falling apart. A little Lori's, a dash of lemon pepper.
Give it some grill marks. It's the time you just start doing this every 3-4 minutes.
And when that garlic butter starts melting and bubbling over those perfect grill marks, that's where the magic happens. Take a fork to it. Watch those pure white flakes pull apart.
You don't want to burn the meat side, you just want to get it a nice little charcoal. It's been about 2 minutes, like I said, you don't want to over...
You get that signature sweet, clean flavor mixed with heavy garlic butter and wood smoke. With a cut this perfect, what's your play? A glass of white wine or an ice-cold beer by the lake. An ice-age predator, conquered by butter, fire, and patience. If you liked what you saw today, drop a comment to support the guys out there grinding on the water. But the northern pike is just the beginning. Next up, we're hunting a deep-sea monster.
I would try to use 2 tongs on this. If you try to use one, it will break.
Don't let that slow, sluggish look fool you. Deep beneath the jagged waves of the North Atlantic, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And out here, the Atlantic cod is a total ghost. In this kingdom, motherly love, yeah, that's a luxury no one can afford. To survive those brutal, starving winters, grown cod turn into cannibals. Simple as that. They'll swallow their own young just to stay alive. It's a cold-blooded rule for a cold-blooded world.
A cod.
The world record? A monster weighing in at 211 pounds, stretching over 6 feet long. To survive water that sits between 32 and 50 degrees, nature gave them a superpower. They've got a special antifreeze parmine protein in their blood. It keeps them from freezing solid, even when they're hovering right on the edge of death. This isn't your weekend fishing trip. This is a full-scale industrial raid. We're talking about a giant net mouth that could swallow an entire building, sweeping the ocean floor 500 feet down. Look at those steel cables. They're hauling a 20-ton load. If just one link snaps, it'll fly back with the speed of a bullet. It'll cut through anything in its path like a hot knife through butter. But on the other side of the boat, another crew is playing a quieter, deadlier game, fishing with rods and wire. Hooks are dropped right into those freezing currents. This is all about patience and pure skill. Every single hook is a gamble. That's what it costs to trade for the white gold of the ocean. With cod prices hitting a peak of $12 per pound, one full net means a $100,000 paycheck. Or, it's a total bust if a storm rolls in.
Often you get bass when you cod fishing. Oh! He's over 15 anyway. I'd say.
When thousands of fish start thumping on the deck, that's when the pros with the knives get to work. Meet Sato-san. He's a master with a blade. In front of him is a grade A cod that just hit the docks this morning. One clean, decisive cut to the throat. This right here is the loin, the prize. It's pearly white and the thickest part of the fish. Moves the knife incredibly slow. He doesn't want to mess up even an inch of that meat. This fish gave us life, and it's the chef's job to honor it, down to the very last thimble of meat. But how does all this beauty transform in the hands of a pro chef? And don't you dare toss that head yet. Tucks the knife tip right into the eye socket. 2 perfect round pieces of meat slide out, like pearls. Cod isn't just food, it's the soul of the American East Coast. First up, traditional maritime salt cod fish cakes. It's the taste of the Atlantic. Mashes those potatoes until they're smooth, then folds in the salted cod that's been carefully soaked to keep just the right amount of that signature brine. Look at that golden brown crust. One bite takes you straight back to those weather-beaten coastal shacks from a century ago. With just a few dollars worth of ingredients, folks on the East Coast created a culinary legend that's lasted over 100 years. That clean sweetness of the fish mixed with the rich fats. It's a symphony in your mouth. This is what New Yorkers wait in line for. Don't start thinking about dinner just yet, because up next is a display of butchery magic you do not want to miss. This isn't just butchery. This is the art of mastering the impossible, handling a creature this slick. Rule number 1, lose the armor. A single, clean cut around the neck, and that slimy outer skin gets peeled back like an old leather jacket. Now comes the real headache, getting rid of that nightmare of pin bones. Every slice has to be just deep enough to isolate the bone without shredding that pearly white meat. It's a game of a single inch. result? Pure, pristine fillets. Not a single trace of that rugged, bottom-dwelling scavenger left. Can the glow of hot coals and a crispy batter really tame a beast this ferocious? Let's find out. Under the heat of the charcoal, these conger skewers start to render. They turn a deep golden brown, releasing an aroma you just can't mistake. It's a perfect match when you pair it with some crisp, cool cucumber. Then we've got the fried version. That golden brown crust locks in the moisture, creating that perfect contrast, a shatteringly crisp exterior and a juicy, tender center.